Hey, I'm Big Dan,
And I'm Little Dan.
and today we're talking about the bands you can't listen to anymore.
No.
Or can you? Oh. So, in the last few weeks, there's been a bit of news about Iced Earth and John Schaefer.
He was an annoyed boy.
He was a, yeah. I'm not going to talk about if what he did was good or bad.
Pretty
yeah.
bad, though.
We're not going to go down that fucking political avenue right now because mainly don't want to get in trouble. No,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Everyone's talked about it lots already.
spoken about
Nothing
it.
new needs to be said about that.
And
him doing that.
The thing that really jingle jangled on my tits was the amount of people who took to social media and said, well, I'm not listening to Iced Earth anymore, or they burnt his CD, they burnt the Iced Earth CDs, or fucking, destroyed the CDs in some way.
And this isn't necessarily, we're not today talking just about that.
We're not, no, we're
but
talking about...
In general,
there seems to be a massive trend of people not listening to bands because one of the members did something a little bit retarded.
Which, to be fair, you're allowed to show your displeasure at a thing.
Oh, absolutely.
People are going to be upset and they're going to want to show that somehow, and they're destroying their merch, could be doing that. But if you then go and say, oh, I like that band, they'll be like, yeah, but that's the guy who did the thing. You're not allowed to listen to the band who does the thing.
Which is bollocks.
Yeah, you're allowed
Fair.
to listen to what you like.
And you look at a lot of... You look at throughout history, especially in metal, people have done fucked up shit and still maintain their fan base.
Very true.
Just to pick one of the biggest names out there, look at the Double O. Look at Mr. Rossi.
Yeah.
Yeah. He chased Sharon around the kitchen with a fucking knife. Yeah. We do not endorse that. Yeah.
Domestic abuse.
That is domestic abuse.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think his fan base has ever been stronger. I still listen to Sabbath
Yeah.
and his solo stuff.
Yeah.
So do you. Varg's a little bit different because he fucking killed someone and then became popular.
Yeah, so Vargan wasn't popular, then he did a bad thing. He did a bad thing which got him notoriety, which then gained popularity.
Tim Lambesis put a hit out on his wife.
That's true, yeah.
And now he's forming another band and making music again.
Yeah.
So
I guess a lot of people are just this in the initial reaction.
Yeah, but what I think it is, I think it's that sort of moral consistency doesn't exist because I think a lot of it is to do with social media.
Yeah.
Back then, you heard that Ozzy chased Sharon around the kitchen with a knife, and you went, "Oh, classic Ozzy."
Is this a boys will be boys moment?
Yeah, exactly. Right. But now, people disagree with it, go straight onto social media, tell other people how displeased they are with it. And you've got so many people who normally wouldn't give a shit who jump on the fucking the moral virtue wagon.
Yeah.
And just join in.
It depends how much the band has an influence on you as well. Like, if that's your favourite band, you're going to be feeling kind of like, oh, well, I'm really sad that you did the thing, but I still really like the music. And then there's some other people telling you need to ditch all your t-shirts or stuff like that. And it's putting you in a bit of a position. So
a lot of times these things are done, and I mean, it's been. We spoke about this earlier on about lyrical content.
Yeah.
Some cases it's really not surprising, or you look at the musician's social media, it's actually not surprising that this has happened.
One of the guys from Cannibal Corpse, I may be remembering this wrong, it's just popped in there now, wasn't he arrested or something recently for having a lot of explosives and
a lot of guns,
illegal
a lot of ammunition, yeah.
And there's lots of song titles based around that topic.
Oh, who would have fucking guessed? And then suddenly you got these anti-gun activists who are like, I'm not listening to Cannibal Corpse anymore. It's like, well, the music's still good. Yeah, and there's still other members
if it's
of that
a
band.
thing you like, if that's the thing you like.
Yeah.
Like with Iced Earth, for me,
you're not a particular fan.
On paper, Iced Earth is a thing I should like a lot.
It is. In fact, I'm surprised that
everyone else says you don't like.
I don't get it either.
I just never really got into them. I have been there when they've played live before, and I've gone, not for me. I watched Demons and Wizards from the top of the little hill at Metal Days, and I was going like, it's all right. It's just. But I'm never really a big fan, so it's not really affecting me that much. Oh, look, man's done a bad thing. Still not listening to it. Still not really that fussed. Don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'd suggest if you want to, a lot of the reasons why people try and destroy their merch and stuff, they're like, I want to get rid of the band, but also they say you can't listen to the music because you're now funding the evil bad person.
No. Yeah, but if you've got the CD and you burn the CD, that is not going to refund the money back into your bank account that you spent on that fucking CD.
Yeah.
I mean, it achieves nothing apart from the fact that there's less CDs around.
And the way that the world is these days, you don't have to buy someone's music to listen to it.
I'm going to be honest with you. The amount of times that I've said, go and buy local band merch, and then I'll cheekily go and download it.
Yeah.
I usually end up buying the CD.
You've bought the T-shirt, but the album,
yeah.
That's why a lot of bands make a lot of money on T-shirts and not a lot on the album, really. But
I'm part of the problem, not part of the solution, Dan.
You have started buying one album a week though now, haven't you?
I've started buying. No, well, I went a bit crazy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought.
You're making up for.
I'm making up.
Potentially, if you get
up for last
if
year.
you get coronavirus, then you'll be out of work for a bit, so you're making up for.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
For potential lost time.
But yeah, don't go around destroying fucking CDs. It's fucking retarded.
Okay, if you want to take something which you feel this person is morally very bad, and I want nothing to do with it, and if you want to turn that into a positive, regardless of whether that bad thing is arguably the way or not, if you want to turn it into a positive, give it to a charity shop. That charity shop will then sell it. The money from that then goes into that charity. You are making a benefit. You're not melting plastic flags and shit.
And it might make a Trump supporter happy because they might buy it.
A bad evil person's money is going to go to the good cause.
Good cause, exactly. And how much more of a fucking?
You can choose which charity shop you go to as well. So if it's something particularly strong about you, whether it's a cancer charity or like a deaf or a blind charity,
one.
Yeah, whatever.
Guide dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Lifeboats.
Yeah, lifeboats. Yeah.
Mountain rescue, Thunderbirds.
Rescue dogs.
International rescue.
Yeah, blind dogs.
Yeah.
Flood people.
Floods, yeah, the people who get wet.
Clean water for people where they ain't got any clean water.
Yeah. On the shit side of the world, yeah.
No.
Huh?
Yeah, well, they just ain't got any water, that's fine. They can't clean it because there's no clean water. Yeah. You know, try cleaning something with dirty water, it just makes it dirtier.
So, you not destroying CDs could bring a poor little African baby some water.
Yeah, do it. Give them away to
I
charity.
think we've fucking nailed this, lads.
We'll come round to a nice solution for everyone. Yeah, and then the people who still want to listen to the music can listen to it, and they've given money to charity. This is a complete harmony.
It is. It's brilliant.
It's balanced as well. It's restored.
The left just met the right and sort of coexisted.
Because we didn't really have an idea what we were going to. We had a little bit of an idea what we were going to talk about in this video, but we didn't have no idea what we were going to.
You've seen these videos before. We just fucking we talk about bollock.
So, hypothetical situation.
Oh, a hypothetical.
Yeah. A band that you really, really like. Yeah. Think of that band.
Yep. Okay.
The lead singer has now done a big rape or something.
Oh no.
Yeah, like a really bad rape, or
as opposed to a good rape.
Yeah. It's not a mild one. And it's like,
is that like what you see on films contains mild sex scenes? It's like, what is mild sex? But yeah, carry on.
Missionary in the Dark.
Missionary. Yeah.
You know, and he's like, yeah, I loved it, and I'll do it again. So he's been trotted off the jail, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do then? Are you going to still listen to the tunes? Are you going to buy next down when he gets released out of prison? You've got to think Varg left prison. So now you've got to think, if someone leaves prison, they're now reformed.
See,
he then carried on being very racist.
That's true. That is true. I honestly think it depends. If they're an artist, say like, you know, Sabaton or Powerwolf, two bands particularly where big major headliners, and they're one of the few bands that that the lyrical content actually means a lot to me. Yeah. A lot of the time, things like the harmony or the rhythmic qualities of the vocal lines make a lot more impact. There's songs out there I've been listening to for years that I still don't know the words to.
Yeah.
That isn't helped by the fact that a lot of stuff we listen to isn't in fucking English. But
yeah.
I think that if it was like, you know, very obvious lyrics and they're singing about, you know, how much they love to murder or how much they love to rape.
And then they did it.
And they did the rape and the murder.
You're going to be thinking about that while listening to the...
I don't think I could give it as much as a pass as I would if the music was unrelated to the crime. So
that would be going to the charity shop?
Yes. If the music's unrelated to the crime or if I don't relate it in my head to the crime, I'm fine. It will still at the end of the day probably be good music. And their back catalogue that I enjoyed before is still going to be good music.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on...
I know people out there that still, for their sins, listen to Lost Prophets, even though Ian Watkins went to fucking prison for sticking his dick in babies.
We were at school when Lost Prophets were massive, right?
Yeah.
That was a big thing. Everybody listened to it.
Back in 1999, 2000.
Yeah, that kind of era.
Yeah.
And it was massive and very colossal, like really big. And he was shagging kids our age when they were big. But no, he didn't really know about it.
The thing is,
for a lot of people, they then ended up getting Lost Prophets tattoos. It still means a lot to them. It's their growing up childhood anthems.
Yeah.
We've heard it played in places. I think maybe Subside might have played it once somewhere.
Somewhere did. I remember us having a bit of a laugh.
And to be honest, everyone was like, "We still like the song," you know.
Yeah.
So it's just that's got that connotation. But I think I think Lost Prophets has been long enough now. It's far enough away from him being arrested and all the news headlines and stuff that people can listen to it. It's like making 9/11 jokes. Yeah, it's far enough along now. It's funny.
Yeah.
South Park doing the AIDS is funny thing, you know.
It's AIDS is finally funny sort of thing. Yeah, I get you.
So it might also depend on how the band reacts to the bad thing. For example, let's take Manowar.
Well, Carl Logan.
So he wasn't an original member of the band anyway, because I mean the band's been out for a very long time. They've had a few lineup changes. And he turned out to be a nonce, and we were like, "Oh, what, really?"
That was
it's actually quite a nonce. And we know some people who are like, "Holy shit!" And it's kind of like, but he wasn't originally. He's been kicked out of the band. You know, they've dealt with it. Thing is, a lot of bands can't say much while there's still legal stuff happening.
Yeah.
So people are expecting, why isn't the band saying, "Oh, this bad pedo did the bad thing," and their lawyers are saying, "Don't say anything because it's bad." If you know, there's reasons for it. So it depends on how the band reacts. Manowar did a perfect thing. They no press statement originally at the start. Yeah. He's kicked out the band. The band is still going.
Yeah.
Ish.
I think that a lot of it is the band deal with it and time that particular member has been in the band. But I will still listen to Manowar. Logan era. Okay, it's not. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not the best period of Manowar.
It's not. No,
it really isn't. But you know, if the song comes on, I'm not going to turn it off because the guitarist is a fucking kiddie fiddler.
He's in jail.
Yeah, I mean. But yeah, listening to a band where someone has committed a crime does not mean that you've also committed the fucking crime.
You're not a murder enabler.
No, it's just... Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of bases there, Dan.
Yeah, I think we nicely rounded. Yeah, this went better than expected. I'll be honest. That working out a way of making the bad thing good for you.
Yeah, it's because we had a little bit of a break in our relationship.
Oh,
I think it's sort of repaired us the whole, man.
Hibernation.
Yeah. That couple counselling went really well, man. Worked. Yeah.
So well, I'm happy. Links in the descriptions to all of our social media and stuff. Join our Discord server.
Join the Discord server. Have a chat with us. Check us out on Facebook and the Instagram.
Please like and subscribe and comment on the video. Let us know what you think.
That's a thing that people say, isn't it?
Yeah, because I reckon there might be some little arguments in the comments. I don't know.
And go visit our merch store because that really helps us out by the lights and the microphones.
T-shirts. They look like these.
T-shirts. But it's got that on it.
That on it. Yeah.
And we do patches as well. And that's it at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Laters. That wasn't totally shit. It wasn't.